To be here. This was my first stop last year, on the job now 13 months. And I told everybody in attendance last year when I pulled up, I'm from a small western Pennsylvania town, and I felt at home because I remind you, one of our arch rivals in high school was the Grape Pickers. And so, and that's a true story. And so if you don't feel like I'm home seeing the winery and all of that, vivid memories growing up, strawberry picking with my grandparents, and so I really feel like I'm at home. And I had this southern hospitality when I got on board last year. I was excited to share our vision, excited to talk about the future of women's basketball. It was my dream job. I had a dream school clause in my contract that I could leave for Indiana because I always thought it was a sleeping giant in women's basketball. And I get down here and had that great southern hospitality, and I walked in right as we were auctioning off a Coach Crean ball. And I was like, wow, that is awesome. Unfortunately, my ball had yet to be auctioned off, and it followed. So I was praying that my ball didn't follow the Masters tickets this year. I thought, here we go again for Southern hospitality. But it's an honor to be here tonight. I'm really excited. It was a great first year. I'm starting my 24th year at the Division I level in coaching. When I said it on a tour earlier, people looked at each other. I hope that means that I don't look old enough to have started my 24th year in Division I coaching, but I've really had an amazing run and been in the right place at the right time. But I've had amazing staff along the way, and fortunate that a lot of great young women have taken a chance on the vision that I believe in and how to play basketball. And so we came here this year, and one of the big things was to change the culture and immediately set out and form that culture, especially behind the scenes. We really believe that championships are made in the locker room, and that you have to build a championship locker room before a championship team can be won on the court. And what we mean by that is just what Fred shared with you, is that we're committed to recruiting high character kids. We absolutely believe in that. Basketball brings us in the lives of a lot of young women, but it's only the start of a recruiting process. We want to know the character of the person that we're recruiting and bring in only great character kids that play for the name on the front of their jersey and not necessarily the name on the back of their jersey. And we want to build it from the locker room out and have that locker room filled with great teammates that really play for each other, care for each other, and represent IU. The other piece is that I'm an absolute believer that one of my dreams was to be at Indiana because it's a premier academic institution. And I want kids to strive for academic excellence. And so we're really attracted to that high-level student athlete. There were some not so smart ADs out there, but to give you an idea of some of the places I interviewed through our run of success at Bowling Green when we won the last 8 divisional championships, 7 of the 8 overall regular season championships in the MAC, was I interviewed at Cal Berkeley, interviewed at Northwestern, interviewed at Michigan, and we all realized that that fortunately they passed, and Fred is the smartest AD that I've met. So, we're searching high and low for great character kids that strive for academic excellence, and then last, players that I know are going to represent us 24/7 and get involved with the community and get involved with the state and give back to what an amazing place that they have the opportunity to not only play at but represent and be a part of, and that has happened. So there's a buzz, and I think that's the word that's special right now about our program. There is a buzz around our program. We had a lot of special things happen this year in what would you consider a major rebuilding job and a major rebuilding year. Non-conference, as Don talked about, was a surprise success. We had a disappointing opening season loss, but we turned around and won 9 of our next 12 games, and we're 9-3 in that stretch in non-conference. Those 9 wins, only 3 times in the last 30 years has Indiana women's basketball won more non-conference games than our team did this year. So we really had a surprise and successful non-conference. During that run, 5 straight games we held opponents under 50 points. That was the first time that an Indiana women's basketball team has held that many opponents consecutively under 50 points since the 70s and well before a shot clock. And so we're really excited about the defensive foundation that we built within this program. We had individual success. Alani Sinclair, a senior and our star player, had a fantastic year and broke all sorts of three-point records, and we did a lot of special things with her on the court. She also, as most people saw, won the national three-point shooting contest at the men's Final Four on national television with her Indiana jersey on. In fact, where are better shooters? Unfortunately, Jordan lost his legs in that final, but Jordan Halls finished runner-up in that national three-point shooting contest, and Alani won it. So it's easy to say that our state has the best three-point shooters out there. So we had individual success. All three of our seniors, our three leading scorers, are going to go on and play professional basketball. Alani's traveling to China with a very talented team soon, and all three of them are in discussions with different foreign countries to continue their professional career. So we're very excited about what the seniors gave to us and bought into the new culture and bought into the new style. So a lot of more success than you realize in year one. But where the biggest success, we believe, happened is off the court and what you guys don't see as much. We created a foundation in our program that hard work was the basis and was one of the things that was key for us, was to be a hardworking team. We also had a goal, and we didn't have a lot of win-loss goals, but we also had a goal to have the best chemistry in the league. And our team really bonded throughout the year and came together, and it was special to watch a team that was fractured and had cliques, and as you can imagine, drama when you coach women every single day in that locker room. We built it together in that locker room. We came together, and to watch them really bond and do things and share the highs and lows of athletics, it was very special. We had adversity this year in conference play. In the months of January and February, we started the year out with 10 scholarship players. Unfortunately, not everyone always buys into a culture of a new coach, and not everyone is destined to be there at the finish. And 2 players left our program. So we were in conference play, starting conference play with 8 scholarship players, and unfortunately our starting point guard broke her wrist and missed the remainder of the season. So we played the majority of conference play with 7 scholarship players. Our 2 bench players were both centers. So we had no scholarship guards to come off the bench, none. Our point guard, 2 guard, 3 guard had to play almost 40 minutes of the game. Unfortunately, we had a walk-on that was able to save some minutes for those kids every game. Didn't have really a backup 4, had to play 2 5s at the same time a lot. And so we had some adversity, but they stuck together. And it was so important as we grow this program. So we're looking forward to the future. While we were doing all that in year one, we were recruiting. And our 2013 class, despite getting here at this time last year, ended up being ranked in the top 30 in the country and the 3rd best Big Ten class. Now, a lot of pressure with that class coming in. There's 6 incoming freshmen. We also had 2 transfers sitting out in our program, and we redshirted a Southern Indiana Southern Indiana freshman. We redshirted her to gain more experience. And then most recently, another Indiana native transferred after graduating in 3 years from Valparaiso University as their best player for years, started 91 of 92 games in her career, and is coming to our program because she wanted to be in one of the elite grad programs in the country that Indiana offers, our linguistics program. So we've added another player to our program that's eligible immediately. So we have 10 players that did not play in games this year that will infuse our team with talent. But we will be young, and we ask for patience as we can continue to grow. We knew we inherited a team that didn't have a lot of depth. We knew we inherited a team that had 3 talented seniors, so year 2 could actually be tougher than year 1, but we're very excited about the culture we've created. The NCAA passed this offseason an opportunity for women's basketball to have summer access. Means we can coach our kids this summer. It's not much, 8 weeks, 2 hours a week, but we do get to coach our team 16 hours this summer, and we've already begun that. And we're really excited about how hard our veterans are working. Our incoming freshmen, our 6 freshmen, will be here soon. We have 1 Kentucky and 1 Indiana that are in the Indiana-Kentucky All-Star Series, and we'll get them on campus as soon as that All-Star Series is over, so we're excited about that. But 6 freshmen will show up here in the next couple weeks, and our entire team will train and work and practice together for the rest of the summer. So we're excited about the future. One of the special things I believe we do as a program is that we want to be the most touchable team on campus. Football players play with helmets on, understandably 85 scholarships and many, many walk-ons. It's hard to really get to know those football players on an intimate basis. Understandably, men's basketball is treated like rock stars. And I will tell you, it's hard to get to know them individually, but I will share behind the scenes. There's a reason that Coach Crean is successful, because I've never been around more awesome people than what they had this year as their senior class. Cody Zeller, unbelievable to my coaching staff and I, to our players. Victor stopped at practice nearly weekly and watched us practice. He was the first one that ran onto the court and grabbed our player when we hit the game-winning buzzer shot against Purdue. Like, it literally was a Kentucky shot. Okay, but, you know, we only had 2,000 there. We didn't have 18,000. But Victor was the first on the floor to grab our players and hug and celebrate with them. Jordan Hall's class act. You know, I was on private planes with them going to some things early in the year, and there's a reason that team won and was special and brought back Indiana men's basketball. The way they treat my staff, the way they treat our players, the way they interact, unbelievable, first class, and Coach Crean has a lot to do with that. But that's what we're trying to create in women's basketball. So I will tell you, we're very excited. It's going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight. Coach Crean keeps reminding me that they won 28 games after their first 3 years, 28 total games. So we know with a blueprint that we weren't coming in here to do it quickly. We were going to do it the right way. We weren't going to cut corners and bring bad character kids in, or kids that didn't appreciate what the Indiana degree meant and the academic education that they have a chance to get at Indiana. We're going to do it the right way and build a special program that you're proud of. But to get back to something that we do special, we want to be the most touchable team on campus. We never go to the locker room after home games. The game ends, we huddle, we do a little cheer at half court, we go down and stand in front of the band for the alma mater, and then we let the stands of Assembly Hall empty to us on the floor. And for the next 20 minutes, our team and assistant coaches, I get dragged to the press room, but our team and assistant coaches interact with the community, with our fans. And it's amazing to see families bring young kids down on the floor game after game and get autographs. It's great to see the elderly couples in the stands come down and interact with our players and really get to ask them questions and interact with them. And it's not always easy. You know, I've walked by our players and heard, what was wrong with you tonight? And you know, they have to be humble, win or losing down there on the floor. But our program, because of this philosophy, because of this tradition, is touchable with the community, and you feel like you know them. So I encourage you to get up to Assembly Hall. We have 15 home games this upcoming season. We again host the ACC Big Ten Challenge. This year we got Virginia Tech in non-conference. We get a tough conference schedule. Women's basketball, Big Ten basketball was number 2 RPI as a conference in the country. In quick years, we're going to add Maryland and Rutgers. There's not a sport program that's going to be more effective than women's basketball with the addition of those 2 teams. Maryland is a top 5 team in the country in women's basketball. Rutgers is a Final Four type team that has year in and year out great teams. It will turn into, the next few years, the number 1 conference for women's basketball will be the Big Ten. And we're really excited about that and be a part of that and build something special. So I encourage you to get up to Assembly Hall and support us. I'm honored to represent women's athletics. I get to go around and speak with these great men's coaches, and our programs are off the chart. And that's why you're really here tonight, to hear those 2. as part of what is going to be, with a great baseball finish and a great track finish, the #1 men's athletic program in the country in college sports. Indiana. Go Hoosiers!